there's where this story all starts. You know, hey, it's me, Uncle Hat, and since this is 420, I wanted to give y'all the exclusive of my Willie Nelson story, signing my guitar, and one of my greatest regrets that I've ever had was that I personally never got to smoke a joint with Willie Nelson. I'm being okay with that. Not really, but I'm dealing with it, right? Hey everybody, I hope you left your milk and cookies out for Willie. Tomorrow's 420, so you know. I figured I'd make a little 420 special edition to the legend of Connie, my guitar. My guitar. Willie was having his Leroy Bank Depositors benefit concert in Waco, Texas in the 80s. It was the 80s. And so I had me a contracting business at the time, and I could afford to take a little time off. And I'm a big Willie fan. Everybody says it, but I'll put my bid in on me being the biggest Willie Nelson fan in the world. So he was doing this benefit in Waco, Texas, the Heart of Texas Coliseum in the 80s. And I took time off work. I took my wife and two of my younger brothers to Waco, Texas to see this concert. Darlene, who lives in Waco, called me and said, Jason, Willie's going to have a concert here in Waco, and you ought to come on and check it out. And it was even, I believe it was during a work week, but I could take time off, and I did. Didn't know if I was going to be able to get tickets when I got there or not, but I threw my wife and two of my younger brothers and my guitar in the truck, and I headed to Waco, Texas to see Willie Nelson. Got up there to the ticket gate and was prepared to pay good money for nosebleed section. I was willing to do that because I'm a big Willie fan. And that's almost his hometown, you know. So we're going to Waco. When we get there, I go to get my tickets, and a woman at the will call said, honey, I got some cancellations if you're interested in it. And I said, well, heck yeah. I didn't know where the seats was, but I knew it was going to be better than nosebleed, you know. And so I said, yeah, let's do it. And I got in there, honest to God's truth, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. We got center, front row tickets to see Willie Nelson for like $12 a piece. I wasn't rolling in money at the time, but $12 to see Willie Nelson? You gotta be kidding me. Every day, all day long, any day. So I go see Willie Nelson. It's a wonderful concert. We're sitting there front row, you know, king of the hill. And my wife, she says, the heck with that front row. She gets right down there in front of the stage, sits Indian style like an old hippie chick that she was. And she's sitting there right at the foot of Willie Nelson. And I'm kind of jealous, but I don't want people around me to think, you know, hey, that's kind of funny. And so I was enjoying my seat and watching the concert, loving it and everything. And this guy behind me taps me on the shoulder. He says, hey man, I think your wife's got a thing for Willie Nelson, you know. And I said, who don't have a thing for Willie Nelson? He goes, doggone, she loves him, don't she? I said, well, I'll tell you what, man, if I had to have sloppy seconds behind anybody in the whole wide world, I think Willie would be all right. He laughed, I laughed. He says, but be careful what you ask for, you might get it. And you know, it was fun. It was a great day. It was a God day. It was a God day. God gave me that day to be happy and enjoy life to the fullest, and I'm still reveling in it. So we're watching the concert, you know, it's great, it's awesome, it's Willie, it's his hometown, it's everybody that's ever loved him is there at the heart of Texas Coliseum. And I'm thinking, man, it just don't get no better than this. It just, there's no way it could get better than this. And, you know, he's doing, at this time, he's doing Angel Flying Too Close to the Ground, and I got thinking, well, man, I still got half the concert to go, because I had his song list almost memorized, you know, his playlist and stuff, so I thought, man, it's about halfway through the concert, you know, he might do an encore. I could get back in plenty of time. So I run out to the truck, I grab my guitar, and I'm back behind the bus, looking at it, you know, just taking it all in and everything. I figured, you know, it probably could get a little bit better than this. And I pulled out one of the Texas Torpedoes, you know, Willie's blend, whatever it was back in the 80s. It was just really and truly, I figured, Mexican dirtweed. You can't say that anymore because it's politically incorrect, but it was the 80s. So I'm back there behind the bus, you know, strumming my guitar a little bit and smoking me a joint, thinking this is one of the greatest days in the history of my life. And I'm enjoying the heck out of it, and I get, you know, a little bit down on it, and it's almost halfway through the joint. I'm higher than hell. It was the 80s. It was the 80s. And so I'm higher than hell. I'm smoking this joint and strumming on my guitar, thinking about, you know, maybe a chance I might get to meet Willie. And all of a sudden, I hear the doors on the bus open, man. I mean, I still hear it in my head. I still hear it. It's like fresh, brand new, fresh as a daisy memories for me. And the doors on the bus open up, you know, and you can hear it. And I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm probably gonna get in trouble, you know. Here I am. I'm still a smart ass little kid. I'm hanging out doing stupid stuff, and so I figure I'm in trouble, you know. I'm probably gonna have to leave the premises, security's gonna be called, blah 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 blah. It didn't happen. Bus driver come out and said, boy, are you smoking a joint out here? And I go, well, I was. He goes, hand it here. And so I handed it to him, and when we started smoking, you know, and I had kind of almost snubbed it out. There was still a little bit of fire left to it, you know, and he got it, and he was having a hard time hitting it, so he took his lighter out of his pocket, and he lights the cigarette. He lights the cigarette and hands me the lighter, you know, with the weed. We were smoking weed. It was the 80s. Okay, anyway. He hands me this lighter, this little butane lighter, and I'm thinking, oh man, that's pretty damn cute, you know. It says Big Red, the soda pop company, and I always think of Willie as Big Red, you know. And I got a couple of redheaded friends, and they're always, hey, Big Red, you know. It's a Texas thing. And so he hands me the lighter, and I go to hand it back, and he says, no, go ahead and keep that, man. I thought, this is going to be my most cherished souvenir of the night, man. This is awesome. I'm at Willie's bus smoking weed with his bus driver. It ain't going to get no better than this. And we finished up the joint. I mean, yeah, it was the 80s. Anyway, we finished that up, you know, and he says, you gonna be all right to meet Willie when he comes out to the bus? You gonna be cool? And I said, man, I hope I'll try my best to be cool. You know, I don't know any kind of level of Willie cool. I know, you know, Fort Worth, Texas cool. That's so nobody knows the real Willie Nelson cool level scale. But I knew I wasn't nowhere close to that. But I said, yeah, man, I'll be cool. I'll be cool. Just, you know, getting to meet Willie Nelson has been a dream of mine forever. And it really has, as long as I can remember. My mom and my aunts and uncles and mom's boyfriends and aunts' boyfriends and stuff like that all went to Panther Hall in Fort Worth, Texas, and watched Willie's uprising, which was here in Fort Worth, Texas. And I was born into that. Now, I know Fort Worth cool, but I don't know the level of Willie cool, so I'm trying to be Willie cool, because I know I'm getting ready to get to meet Willie Nelson. And I'm high. I'm high as draft. Yeah. When it was the 80s. It was the 80s. Come on now. And so I'm all high and hanging out and visiting with Gator. I don't know what his real name is. I know that's what he told me to call him. You know, so to me he'll always be Gator. I don't know what the bus driver's real name was, but it was the 80s. Whoever Willie's bus driver was in the 80s. I know who he was to me, and I will be appreciative for the rest of my life. So we're out there, you know, and then all of a sudden the gates to the Heart of Texas Coliseum opens up, and there's this flutter of people coming out. I mean, they come out that door and they just spread, you know, and Willie Nelson was right in the middle. He was like, man, there's so many different ways I could say it, but I don't want to get too crazy, you know, but Willie was leading the flock, and he was bringing them all right to me. And so he's walking up to his bus, and I'm there with the bus driver and stuff, and he goes, well, hello there. And I said, I'm Mr. Nelson, I'm a big fan, you know. And he says, well, sure is a nice looking guitar you got out there. I said, yes sir, I just got it a couple of years ago, you know. And he said, well, can I see it? And I said, here, take my guitar, please. And he played a couple little chords on it, you know. And he said, it's got a real beautiful tone to it. It's a good sounding guitar. I said, yes sir, I love it. And he said, well, can I sign it? And I said, you can have it. You can have it. And so he signed it, you know, and I'm watching, and he's got the most calming, peaceful, beautiful eyes for a man, you know. And it's so calming and brings a sense of peace to you. And I felt like this can't be real. And it was real. And he signed my guitar and he handed it back to me. He says, you want to sell it? And I looked at him, I looked at my guitar, and I said, not now. And I'll never sell it. I'll never sell it. I never will. I love it. He didn't know when he signed it that I had named my guitar Connie after his wife. And, you know, it's got this little C on the headstock. And so I named it Connie after Willie's wife. I was going to have me 7 guitars and name them all after Willie's wife, you know, like, you know, that other dude. And Willie didn't have 7 wives. Maybe 7 girlfriends at a time. I don't know. I'm a big fan, and there's nothing that would surprise me about Willie Nelson. I love you. I think you're the greatest singer-songwriter ever. So, and you signed this guitar for me. Waco, Texas. Heart of Texas Coliseum. The benefit for the Leroy Bank Depositors. A day that I will remember for as long as I live, and I give thanks every single day for it. Thank you. Thank you. This is an awesome guitar. This is the Legend of Connie. It's my guitar. My guitar. And I love my guitar. I love Willie Nelson. And I love the fact that we had that. I got to meet my hero, Willie Nelson, in Waco, Texas. And thank you very much for all the love and memories. And this is my 420 special. I have this little series about the legend of Connie, who all signed it, you know. Charlie Daniels, Ray Wiley Hubbard, Cross Canadian Ragweed. I could go on forever. Clint Black, Travis Tritt. I love Travis Tritt too. Travis, if you're watching this, thank you. Did I say Clint Black? Yeah, I say Clint Black. Marty Stewart. Man, I just said everybody. Blake Shelton, you know. So, I sneak backstage every chance I get, and sometimes I get lucky. And then sometimes I'm blessed more than I can believe. Happy 420, y'all. Whatever that means.